This is an honest review of Star Citizen 3.14's patch, why you should and shouldn't be excited. First up, the good. Up first, we finally have the release of Crusader, and along with it comes Orison. This is the Cloud City landing zone. Now, I gotta tell you, I don't really get excited for locations anymore. I'm more of a gameplay guy myself. I want to see what I'm doing, not where I'm doing it, but this location does look really, really good. And coming along with it is atmospheric clouds, which are only going to start at Crusader, but they're going to work their way into planets and moons in following updates soon. I am pretty excited about dogfighting the clouds, but we'll see how that goes. Next, we have the new ship HUD, which looks really clean. It looks very 2021. I don't really feel like the HUD needed an update, but it does look good and concise, so we'll take it. Then we have capacitors coming in, and this is like if you've ever played Star Wars Squadrons or Elite Dangerous. It's sort of a similar power management V2 of Star Citizen is what they're calling it now, where you can control your shields, your weapons, and also your engines. Also changing in combat, we have a total revamp of shields, weapons, and HP to every ship in the game, and even an EMP rework. So if you knew something about shields or weapons or armor inside of Star Citizen, pretty much just throw that out the window. It's all changing in 3.14. I'm really excited to get my hands on this. Hopefully overall it's going to be more fun combat. Then we have missile operator mode. This is just two things. One, you're going to have a designated mode as the pilot. You're going to have to tab into, sort of like scanning, where you control your missiles. Or if you have a co-pilot or a turret gunner on, let's say, a Super Hornet, they're going to be able to fire the missiles for you, which is really interesting and really good for multi-crew gameplay. The other thing with missile operator mode is that you're going to be able to dumbfire the missiles. This means you're going to be able to aim your missiles and fire them. So ships like the Shrike, the Gladiator, other missile boats might be really powerful if you use them right and aim them right. Along with new operator modes, we have a new update to scanning. As far as I can tell, there's not really a big change to scanning. It's just the visual, which it looks good. Now you can scan ships for their components. You can maybe scan a ship and see if it's a stock arrow or an upgraded arrow. What kind of threat are you going against? This is basically a precursor to the FPS scanning that's going to come potentially in 3.15. Also in 3.14, we have dynamic events. This is the return of Xenothreat, which if you played the Xenothreat event, you know this is a good thing. It was awesome. It brought the community together. It brought PvP, PvE. Along with that, we have the Ninetales lockdown being a more PvP focus. You can either choose to help the pirates or fight the pirates, and they're going to sporadically pop up throughout the update. So 2 dynamic events confirmed coming to 3.14. We also have an update to the law system. If you get a crime stat and you're approached by the NPC police or the aUEC or whatever security, you'll be able to power down your ship, and effectively you'll go to a black screen, which will be you being captured, and you'll wake up in Klesher. Along with that update, you're no longer going to get crime stat as a bounty hunter for going into bunkers, no crime stat for accidentally or intentionally killing a party member's ship, and supposedly you're not going to get a crime stat for QEDing or EMPing friendly ships in a situation if you're quote-unquote doing more good than bad. We'll see how that works out. On the ship side of things, we have the Constellation Taurus coming out, which is basically just a Connie that is geared towards delivering as much cargo as possible. There is no shielded cargo in this update. I believe 126 STO. I might be getting that wrong. I checked several different sources and they all seem to be different. Up next, I'll say with 99.99999% certainty, I am sure there is going to be no wipe next patch. This means your ships, your weapons, everything in your inventory you're going to keep that you worked hard for. And, you know, I got to say, I'm super happy with the fact that there hasn't been a wipe since last February. There's been some mess ups in the back end where people have lost stuff periodically. It doesn't look like there's going to be a ship wipe till 4.0. That's all I have for the good. Now, let's talk about the bad. So the first thing we'll talk about, and in my opinion, the biggest, is desync. I feel like desync is fundamentally ruining the game right now. Now, I know that there's upcoming server meshing and iCache and all that, but this is, again, an honest review, and I'm just telling it how it is. Right now in this patch, the biggest issue is desync. Every PvP fight you get into, and PvE, there is noticeable positional desync. Popping, people are teleporting, and this is a big issue. And I think there's a lot of misinformation about desync. It's not based on entities, it's not based on server load, because in a 2-man AC lobby, the desync is happening all the same. So there is something wrong in the back end that they are working on, and I know that they are working hard to resolve it, but regardless, it is still happening. I will give you an update once the update goes live, but if you're looking for a desync free patch, this is probably not going to be any better this patch. Up next, we have low FPS in Orison. This is not a big surprise. Typically, cities have low FPS. Bed logging is still not working properly, which, in my opinion, with when stations are taking several minutes to get to your ships instead of at Port All-Star taking less than a minute, I feel like it's a big deal being able to log out of your bed and log back in. Hopefully, this gets fixed soon. And the final thing I'll touch on is that right now, the best way to make money in the game is PvE bounty hunting. Now, why is this bad? It is separating the player base. People are going into pretty much the middle of nowhere around these moons to find NPCs and make 1 million aUEC an hour. To contrast this, in 3.9, the most profitable gameplay loop was running Laranite at Ariel that pushed people together. Hopefully with the new dynamic events that are coming in 3.14, that's going to push people together. We'll see. I'm really hoping that trading and mining make a comeback, but there's been no word on this. Right now seem like you're making a fraction of what you're making in PvE. We'll see. And that's it, the good and the bad with 3.14. Fingers crossed it's going to be an amazing update. We will see. I'll give you guys an update probably about a week and a half into the update just to get a feel for it before I give you feedback. As always, thanks for watching. This is Captain Berks signing off.